am Noriko Bullful, and this is Uncut News. After discovering some financial jiggery-pokery in City Hall, the local government commission sent home 5 Georgetown MNCC staffers. In January last, the LGC fingered City Treasurer John Douglas, Ivor Bryan, Sonia Pitt, Yolanda Ford, Clerk of Markets Sherlock Lovell, along with Felicia McRae, after a bag of the council's money magically popped up in someone's car when it should have been in the bank. The staffers were sent on administrative leave pending the outcome of the investigation. Though the investigation is still ongoing, yesterday, Mayor Ubraj Narayan made it clear that he is not taking it lightly. He has promised to call the cops on staffers if they are found guilty of the crime. As expected, the poorly run Gaisuko has fallen short of its first crop target by 20.4%. But this time they are saying don't blame our terrible management skills, obsolete equipment and slave-like working conditions. No, blame the Rona and those lazy striking workers. According to Gaisuko, the industry suffered 50 worker strikes for this year so far, which caused a loss for the company of over 37.9 million Guyana dollars, while total production loss industry-wide was 2,307 tons of sugar. Wait, hold up. 50 strikes for this year alone? I wish I could protest 50 times a year and keep my job. Haha! BM Soat is Guyana's #1 auto dealer. Visit their showroom at Lot 9 Crow Street, Georgetown. Don't be shy. That $800,000 you have saved up can get you behind the steering wheel now. Call them on telephone number 231-8451. BM Soat Auto Sales. It's your turn to drive. Fire season continues with another arson. This time in the Pomeroon. Shortly after 9:30 Monday morning, a family of 3 lost their home in Akawini, Lower Pomeroon River, to a fire of unknown origin. The homeowners were not home at the time of the blaze, but police are treating the fire as arson. A second suspect has been arrested in connection with the July 16th shooting death of popular Lusignan-based contractor Kisundat Premsuk. Premsuk was murdered at a work site on Durban Street, Georgetown, but it seems like whoever ordered the hit wanted him dead, as Premsuk was previously shot on Father's Day by an unknown suspect. Police are following many leads, as Premsuk was allegedly owed millions by multiple persons. Last week, police arrested a businessman thought to have possibly ordered the hit. He has since been released. But when contacted, Acting Region 4 Divisional Commander Senior Superintendent Philip Azore said the suspect, who is currently in police custody, is assisting with the investigation, which basically means CID is probably beating the truth out here as we speak. Here's a story that would make Jeffrey Epstein cry. For this year so far, the government has rescued 43 victims of human trafficking. The Ministry of Social Protection said of the 43 victims, there were 8 males and 35 females. All were foreign nationals. The statistics were released after the launch of a week of activities to observe World Day Against Trafficking in Persons on July 30. It should be noted that Guyana has drastically improved its fight against human trafficking in recent years. A little over a decade ago, the country was facing possible sanctions for its terrible track record in fighting the crime. And here's another depressing statistic. The Guyana Police Force revealed on Monday that 84 persons have lost their lives in 80 accidents for the year thus far. Of those, 37 were involved in motorcycle accidents. Obviously, because most of y'all the speed between lanes like your head ain't good. Another big reason for the accidents is because y'all is hard and y'all set a rum boogies. Drinking and driving is still a major cause of the accidents, even though I tell you every Friday not to do so. Ironically, a majority of the accidents have occurred during the curfew imposed to curb the Rona, when most people are supposed to be at home and not drinking and driving. Get a GPS vehicle tracker installed at Triple P's for a one-time fee and enjoy some peace of mind, because as you know, there are sickos out on these streets waiting to steal your property. Contact Triple P's Enterprise on telephone number 682-8326. Don't hesitate, call them now. Today was the memorial service for Komal Chand, the former PPP parliamentarian and head of GAWU. His body was cremated this afternoon at the Rumside foreshore. the veteran trade unionist, died in April while receiving medical treatment in Havana, Cuba. But it took the government several weeks to give his wife approval to bring his body back home. It was finally returned Friday last. Chand joined GAWU in 1975 as the union's organizing secretary. He was its president up until his passing. He also served as an MP since 1992. Let's take a look at news in the region, shall we? Here's some bad news for some of you weed smokers in Farin. On Friday, the US Navy and Coast Guard made a multi-million-dollar ganja bust on the Caribbean Sea. While on routine patrol, the Navy spotted the vessel and conducted a search which recovered 708 bales of Mary Jane. It weighed more than 3,940 pounds and was worth over an estimated wholesale value of $6.9 million US. The bust is part of a larger effort by the US military to enhance counter-drug operations in the Caribbean. So expect more busts like this in the coming months. Researchers in Brazil have found fossil remains of a novel species of lizard that lived more than 130 million years ago, and they have been found in the north of Minas Gerais in Brazil. It has been named Mecotus sanfranciscanus and is the oldest of its type found in South America. The discovery shows that scaled lizards were present on the continent at least 20 million years earlier than previously recorded. A Malaysian court has sentenced former Prime Minister Najib Razak to 12 years in jail and fined him 42 million euros for abuse of power. The court also sentenced him to 10 years in jail on each of 3 charges of criminal breach of trust and 3 charges of money laundering. All of these charges are in connection with a scheme that saw Razak stealing over 10 million US dollars from the nation's development fund. The High Court ordered that the jail terms should run concurrently. Now, I know that Malaysia isn't in the region. I just love reading about corrupt politicians going to jail for their crimes, don't you? Like this video if you agree. Get this Digicel DL3 at Cellular Plus for just $9,000 as part of their mid-year sale. Hurry down to their City Mall, Starbrook Square, Massey Providence, or Massey Turkine locations and take advantage of this half-price deal. Call telephone number 685-3109 for more info. Cellular Plus, Guyana's #1 cellular superstore. And now for our weird news story of the day. Ever met a person who does stink bad and wonder why he stinks, sir? Well, researchers at the University of York in the UK have the answer. The scientists were able to determine that it's actually a certain enzyme and not the dirt itself that does make your bumsy stink. The test revealed that an enzyme in Staphylococcus hominis was a major contributor to body odor. According to them, body odor is caused when the bacteria's enzymes break down sweat molecules which create thioalcohols, which gives off the pungent scent we all know and love as body odor. The scientists believe the discovery could help make more effective antiperspirants and deodorants. And that concludes this lesson on the science of stink. Moving on to our Uncut News viewers poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. You give your responses in the comments, and we'll read the best ones in the following episode. Yesterday's question was, do you think the current election's impasse will impact the ICJ's decision on the border controversy with Venezuela? Gloria Swanson said, what the ICJ should do before coming to a decision is to gather information where, according to the Dutch, the border with Venezuela was the 1840 Schomburg line was accepted as the border. Even if they include the extension of the Schomburg line to the Guyana River, they cannot accept another extension to the Winamu River based on the nonsense that British gave as a reason. After all, this decision was made at the time more or less under duress. So I hope you all enjoyed that history lesson from Gloria Swanson. Good answer. So tonight I leave you with this question. The number of fatal motorcycle accidents has steadily increased. Many of these involved inexperienced drivers. So with that in mind, should we consider making a separate driver's education course and test for motorcycle riders, or just leave the test as it is? Think about that question and tell us in the comments below. If your response is good, we just might feature it in Wednesday's episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight. Check us out tomorrow for another episode. Hey Uncut News viewers, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking on this button over here, or click over there for more news. You can also drop a comment to let me know if you've made it to the end of the video. Goodbye for now.